In Caracas, the country's capital. Here is the social post in full. The United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Our Washington correspondent, Ann O'Keefe, is joining us now by phone to tell us more about this. What are you hearing from the Trump administration right now?
Well, what we've heard is essentially what we've read. The statement from the president just a little while ago, quite stunning, that the United States has removed another country's leader and his wife, presumably forcibly against his will. Can't recall this ever happening, at least in modern history. The president, they're interestingly saying this operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. But just in the last few minutes, CBS News has learned Maduro was captured by Delta Force, the U.S. military's top special military or mission unit. This is the same unit that was responsible for killing al-Baghdadi, the ISIS leader, back in 2019. This is an elite unit of the U.S. Army that was involved in this strike or this operation here overnight. This began a few hours ago with apparent explosions over the skies of Caracas and other parts of Venezuela. And the president had given the U.S. military the green light to conduct land strikes inside Venezuela days before this actual operation. Two U.S. officials telling CBS News that they had discussed conducting the mission on Christmas Day, but U.S. airstrikes in Nigeria against ISIS targets took precedence that day. The days following Christmas opened up more potential strike windows to the U.S. military, but the operation's been held up for several days due to weather conditions over Venezuela. And the U.S. Or the officials tell CBS News that the military had wanted weather conditions advantageous to mission success. And for those of us who had been anticipating something might occur and wondering why they were so hung up on the weather, perhaps now we understand if this element of capturing and removing Maduro and his wife was in fact part of the operation all along. Already overnight, we've seen some pretty swift and fierce political opposition to this from Republicans, notably, and Democrats, among them the Utah Senator Mike Lee, who's been saying that there are questions now about sort of the constitutionality of this and why Congress wasn't consulted. We know, for example, the Senate Armed Services Committee saying nobody on that committee was informed about this beforehand. So there'll be all sorts of questions about why the Trump administration wanted to do this, why it felt compelled to do it now. And it comes amid swift or widespread public opposition to these operations. CBS News has polled this in recent weeks and suggested as many as 3 in 4 Americans believe Congress needs to authorize any kind of military operation like this. Widespread misunderstanding or a belief that the Trump administration hasn't explained why this is necessary. And so the fact that the president now is holding a news conference at 11 a.m. this morning at his Florida home perhaps will start filling in some of the details. But certainly there are big questions politically here in the United States, and certainly there will be around the world. We should point out the Venezuelans, the Cuban government, the Colombian government this morning calling on the United Nations and the Organization of American States, which is a hemisphere-wide body that deals with these kinds of political and military issues, should convene in emergency sessions to condemn this. And there are going to be widespread concerns around the world about the idea that the United States would go into another country, forcibly remove the person in charge, and whereabouts unknown at this point.
Now, this
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, no sabemos qué hay ahí que se queda.
Amor. Ay, no. Mira eso. Mira eso.
Mamá huevo, qué locura. Mosca ahí, mosca ahí.